viewers, welcome to another game as a casual pro gamer. Today we are doing another, oh wow, jungle hells, that is cute. We are doing another Smite game, a high ELO Smite game, and why does Kali not have a name above her? Oh, she disconnected, okay, that explains. We are here to see how Allied will be doing, and Allied is this guy. So I wanted to see a high level Vulcan match. So that's exactly what we're going to watch, and we are going to go into the lane, probably going to the movement speed boost, because having that in the early game is just a huge advantage, and I want to see if he does the same thing that I do when I play him. Just place the tower, recall to get the mana back, and then run back in, because that is by far the easiest thing to do. And yeah, placing that tower early gives you the mana back, so it might actually be a good thing to do. But he's not going for that. He is just going to stand around a little bit, wait for his teammates to show up. So Hell is also here. Hell is probably going to go mid, although Ra might also go mid. We'll have to see who actually goes mid. It will be against, I would have to assume, Agni. But did Vulcan really go for his 1 first? I don't know. But his 1 is not really, well, I won't say not really good, but it's, the 1 is not really a strong spell. The turrets are way stronger, although early game, I guess the turrets don't really do a whole lot, so there is something to be said for going for the 1 spell first. Anyway. We have Girdle of Might here for 3 guys on this team, and on the enemy team we see only 2 of them. Well, we see 2 of them. That is actually a pretty nice amount of them, which means that it is really a strong spell. No, he did go for his turret first, so it's kind of what I expected. But they are going for 2 buffs actually straight off. And of course, with the new abilities from Hell, you can actually do a whole lot without taking any damage. And yeah, immediately going for one of the health potions, even though he's not really damaged at all. But yeah, as you can see, once again, we see the mark of the Vanguard on 4 out of the 5 guys. On the enemy team on our team on 3 of the 5 guys. So yeah, it's just a really strong thing to go for, and it allows you to do so much with your first item, because it gives you great stats. It gives you some protection in all in all directions, including the reduction of damage. A reduction of damage is so important against jungle minions and against laning minions. And look at that turret. He's just spamming those turrets, probably has level 2 now on it. And it is just such a strong thing to have. The spell there from Ymir not hitting the minions, so it didn't take out anything, and therefore they could do a great deal of damage. There you go, now he damages them, but the heal from Hell is going to keep them alive. It's going to do a great deal of damage to the tower. And all in all, yeah, that was a very good push. They immediately did some damage on the tower, and yeah, they're 300 gold ahead, straight up. So that's great. That's great. That is exactly the way you want that. And of course, he's going to get damaged a little bit here, but the towers are going to go down. The slow is up, but I don't know who slowed. I think someone on the enemy team actually had that slow on him. No, it was. Did Hell get a slow? No, I don't see it. Oh, Ymir had it. No, never mind. So it was an enemy slow. But yeah, the damage from Hell plus the towers, just enough to get that going. He did upgrade the 1 skill. A skill that I think is pretty much useless up until the late game. But yeah, it depends on your build, of course. It depends on what you're going for. And he is going for the Boots of Celerity straight after the Mark of the Vanguard. It gives you cooldown reduction, which is excellent on, well, champions that, well, just do nothing without their spells. And Vulcan is definitely one of those. So definitely one of the guys that needs that that needs that cooldown reduction to do extra damage, and with the extra damage that he gets from that, or the extra ability to spam his turret, he of course needs the mana to do that, but that is most of the time not a problem. But he gets a whole lot more utility out of it, because especially once you get to the 45%, sorry, is that the, yeah, I think 45% is the maximum. Might also be less, but I think it's 45%. But once you get to that maximum, then you can use your heal to actually get away from people, as well, or not your, I think I said heal, but I meant your slow, because your slow is actually going to be a great tool in offensive and then also in defensive scenarios. And look at this, just trying to do the damage with the towers, but not actually managing to do anything yet. The combination between Hell and Vulcan, by the way, is really good. And yeah, they already took out that buff. And I wonder if they're going to come in. They are going to come in. But they can see that the tower is not working, so they can see there is... Oh, there is the blue buff. They knew it was going to be up right now. And that is exactly the way we want that. The damage goes down on him. And he's in some trouble. But is he going to be fine? He did use his invulnerability there to stay alive, and he dies anyway. And now, yeah, this guy is going to die as well. Very, very risky move. And we can't actually see what's going on exactly, but holy crap, no! Give me back there! Ah! Sorry about that. The keys didn't react in time, but hey, that's the way it goes sometimes. So the enemy team gets a double kill there. Completely unnecessary, of course, but yeah, they went for the kill on the blue buff, and it just didn't work out. Hell couldn't heal them for enough to keep them alive, and yeah, that's just the way it goes sometimes. So very aggressive move to go for the blue steal, and because they were there a little bit too early, the enemy team could actually just safely move in and get the kill on them. I think they did steal the blue buff, I'm not actually sure. I don't know who got it in the end. And we see Ymir coming in. So Ymir will be able to stop this if he comes in time, but he's not going to come in time. He is there, they could see him. And yeah, the ward that was there gets taken out. Because obviously you don't want to allow wards to be in your vicinity at all, and especially not if they're next to one of your wards. So yeah, they do grab that movement speed boost. So movement speed for Vulcan, making him able to, well, just plant his turrets better. Plant his turrets further in before he gets hit and before he gets in trouble. And then the cooldown reduction on Hell, because Hell with cooldown reduction is just really good. Well, Vulcan with cooldown reduction is good as well, but not nearly as good as this. Hell once again gets killed, so this lane is not going to win. And he is going to plant the slow turret. That's exactly what I meant by using the slow turret to drive home your advantage, or to escape rather, with your advantage. In this case, yeah, he got out, and that was his advantage. The enemy team, of course, got a kill, so yeah, they were 2 versus 1, but they were nowhere near him. The Thor ultimates, by the way, not hitting him at all, so not even close to hitting him. I don't know what Thor was doing, whether he actually wanted to hit him or not, but yeah, we'll never know. Anyhow. It seems that, yeah, we're currently just in an empty lane, and we might as well just go for some other lane to help out. Because, yeah, with the ward on the red buff there, they can see that there's nobody next to that next to that lane. I meant the ward over here. So there's a ward on the red buff by the blue team. And that means they can see, well, the red buff obviously, but also the region around here. They can see that there's no one there. But yeah, he didn't go for that. I kind of assumed he would be going for that. But he wants to stay with Hel. Hel, of course, needs some backups. She doesn't really do a whole lot of damage early game. She heals a lot. But if she can only heal herself, that is not good enough to win you the lane. Ymir coming in from the side. I think they saw him, but I'm not actually sure. Well, now they see him. So, yeah, they fell back preemptively. And that worked out really well. So yeah, the Ymir skin, this one is the Digimir something. I don't really like it a lot. It doesn't really fit the Ymir in my opinion. It's a nice concept, it just doesn't work for me. But yeah, well, it's okay. It's not a bad skin, it's just that it doesn't work for me. And that is fine. Wow, once again, really taking a lot of damage from just some random skills. But yeah, they should be fine. Yeah, the Hel of course has a great heal, and as long as she can have as long as she has mana, she should be fine. And yeah, we see that they are really having trouble pushing the lane because yeah, both Ymir and Thor can take out that wave in almost one shot, and that of course becomes yeah, a problem later on. But yeah, they did push really well early and did get an advantage out of that, but yeah, didn't really work out too well. Or not entirely, I should say. So planting 2 turrets, and by now that should be enough to pick up the entire wave with 1 spell from the Hel. And we are going for this, yeah, wow, he was going for the red buff, and the Thor here missing some of his skills, but he did apply quite a bit of damage. And yes, they were going for this buff, exactly. And they are going to pick it up. Don't know who got it. I'm assuming that... oh no, Hel got it. Okay, I was assuming that Ra got it, because Ra would want it, but it was too much of chaos to really reliably kill that buff with the correct person. And you want to make sure that you take it at least. And yeah, they did see this Thor going in. I don't know why he didn't take out that ward. He can see the ward just as well as Thor can see his ward. But maybe Thor just planted that? No, I can't imagine that. I don't know. I didn't pay attention to who bought wards, but I think there were 2 wards out there. This is the second time the enemy loses a ward they just placed. And yeah, we're just going to push this lane now a little bit, because there's nobody there, so might as well. And as you can see, the Hel is actually keeping up with her mana regen. So I don't know what items she has. Yeah, no mana regen items for now. So it's just protection and more protection. And a little bit of magical power by now. But it's mainly protective items. And I'm really afraid that they're going to nerf the Vanguard now. So the starting item that virtually everyone takes. The Mark of the Vanguard, yeah, it's just currently too strong. So see here again, with the placement of that ward, but not taking that out. And now the ward definitely was there, because that was the same ward that was already there. And this time it seems that Ymir took out the ward, or their ward. Unfortunately, cannot switch to that. I don't know if they're going to continue to contest that point, but they might actually do that. They might want to contest that that 1 point over and over again until both teams run out of wards, or well, one of the teams runs out of wards. And we'll have to see if he buys more wards. I'm assuming I can see that, because normally I can see that in the left side. It pops up when someone buys a ward. There you go. 3 wards, 4 wards. Exotic also buying wards. And who is that? Yeah, I was assuming the Ymir, and it is indeed the Ymir. Ymir also 4 wards, which means that Ymir should win this ward war. And it also means that it was indeed the Vulcan placing the wards every time and picking off the enemy ward, and then Ymir coming in to do the exact same thing, but then, well, for the other team, obviously. Oh yeah, just picking up some minions here. Lots of minions, in fact, because as long as your turrets are near the minions, you pick up the gold. And here we go, come on! No, that's not good enough! Come on! Yeah, the turrets have a long respawn time or cooldown, and that means that he's going to have to rely on his turrets to do, yeah, nicely done, to do damage the second time, I wanted to say. But yeah, with his ultimate there, he actually did it. He actually made it work quite easily. And here we go, we're going to take out this turret. And I don't really know how much damage there is on it. But it seems that there's not nearly enough damage coming out from him to make that work.
Your team has destroyed a left enemy tower.
Actually, he did take it out. Wow. He recalled so quickly that I thought he wouldn't be able to. But in fact, the left tower goes down, but the mid tower also went down. And that was the one he was on, I think. Wasn't actually sure. But I think that was the mid tower, because he was next to the mid lane, so kind of assumed as much. Anyhow, yeah, it's a little bit of a confusing map that we have here, because there are so many paths that look kind of the same. But yeah, all in all, it's getting a lot done. Oh, the turret, yeah, with the ultimate actually shoots at the Ymir. And are they going to be able to make this work? Oh, crocodile all the way over there, but nobody is in any trouble anymore. Even the Ymir gets out at low health, but still at a decent amount of health. So yeah, really no problem for him. And all in all, we're just fine still. So yeah, the tower goes down to protect the Ra, but it wasn't actually necessary. The wards are going to go down, and once again they're going to try to ward up the fire giant on all sides, or on, well, each team gets it on one side. And wow, they placed the wards around that blue buff exactly in the position that they can't see each other's wards, which is pretty funny. Because they're around the corner from each other. And Ymir placing some wards now to prevent the enemy team from getting Fire Giant. But of course that is a hard thing to do, because of the fact that all wards see each other. So there's nothing you can do about that. Counter warding is really cheap in this game. And I don't know if they want to change that. I don't think they want to change that, because warding in this game, yeah, it's nice to have, but it's not nearly as important as in some of the other games, because you have no jungler. And as long as you have no dedicated jungler, warding is not really that important. So here goes the ultimate. And are we going to catch the... Oh no, we don't catch him! And I don't know why. Oh, he was afraid of getting killed there. That's why he used his invulnerability. But that was definitely not necessary. So yeah, the Ymir getting targeted by the tower. And the tower finally taken out by Ymir at about half health. And so is our Vulcan, but Vulcan was also out of mana, so that's why he took a lot of the tower shots. because he knew that he wasn't going to be able to stay in very long. 2 more wards. The Ymir also bought 2 wards. And we are just going to go to the buffs once again. Going to take out this gold camp, because by now just placing 2 turrets is good enough. And you always want to put your thumper first and then put your other turret behind it, because that way the thumper takes the damage, and it can take a lot of damage. And then your heavier damage tower, this one, I forgot what it's called. It's something like... No, I completely forgot. It has a fire type name. But yeah, it does allow you to do a lot of damage with that, but it cannot take as much damage as the thumper can. The thumper is the AoE slow thingy. And yeah, therefore, if you place that one first, then, well, you will easily take out the camp, especially the gold camp, because the gold camp is really easy to take out. And another 4 wards bought. Let's see who's buying wards. It is, in fact, the Odin this time. And I don't know, I think it was the Sobek who bought some wards as well, or at least one of them. And we are going for the Gold Fury here. I'm not actually sure if this was well thought out, because there are enemies around, but oh, they get the Gold Fury before the enemies can come in. And Thor's in the air. I don't know where he dropped, but not on top of us. So yeah, that worked out well. He is in fact all the way on the other side of the map, on the right side. He's going to push right side, right lane, and yeah, we'll have to see if he can actually get something done. So once again, putting the thumper first, putting the oh, I really forgot the name. It's like volcanic cannon or something like that. Putting that at least behind it, and that means that he can just do a whole lot of damage with it without it being at risk of dying. And here we go, getting the combination of Odin plus the towers going. Odin ultimate plus the towers means that you get a lot of free damage on someone who can't run away from your towers. Because the towers will shoot through that wall, to the wall of spears. And yeah, it's just it's a great thing to have. It's a great combination of skills. Combines really nicely. Anyway, the slow going down on Hades, but Hades of course has a dash. So no, it's not actually a dash, it's more of a flash. Yeah, he's going to make it out easily and not take a whole lot of damage. So it does seem that we are currently, well, fairly equal in the whole team. We are 3-1 on Kali, 3-2 on Ra, and the rest all is, yeah, it has 1 kill. But on the enemy team it is 3-2 and 4-0, so only Ymir has a large amount of kills without dying, but he doesn't really have a whole lot of gold, so that's kind of a mistake, of course. Ymir with a lot of kills, yeah, that's great if you're going AP Ymir, or though I should say magical damage Ymir, magical power Ymir, because now all he has is some defense, and he can do some things with his gold, but not nearly as much as some of the others would be able to. And yeah, we are in trouble here. Oh, he got out of that damage. I think he took the damage, by the way. No, he took the damage. But is he going to get out? He is in trouble here. Yeah, he is going to get killed. He was way too low to survive that. I was kind of hoping he would be able to do it, but nope, not so much. And VCE is really doing a good job of keeping keeping track with these other guys, because oh sorry, yeah, come on. Okay, this is really crappy. This other team, Root, is of course way more experienced than VCE. And yeah, they're really doing a good job of still keeping up with them. And are they going to be able to? Oh, a nice invulnerability there. They could have stayed in the turret fire. They could have taken that turret fire a little bit. But, oh, Thor, what are you doing, dude? Oh, that was a mistake. The Hades did the right thing. They're running away. But, yeah, unfortunately, that was not for both of them. So, 13 to 11 now. Even though it was only 12 to 11, or it should have been 12 to 11. But, yeah, well, whatever. Anyway, the right tower goes down. The left tower was also under pressure, but it's not going to go down, at least, well, maybe to the minions. Wow, the minions are taking great shots at it. It's not going to go down, though, because the minions have arrived. And Ymir has arrived now. But, yeah, that could have been taken out pretty easily if one of the champions stayed there. What are they called in this game? I don't think they really... Yeah, well, they're called gods, but they're not all gods, so... I don't know. Characters. Let's call them characters. So anyhow, yeah. Just taking out another camp, because why not? And currently just walking around a little bit, just trying to help out, trying to find the place where the fight is going to happen. And it is right here. Going to place down the thumper, so the slow goes down on anyone trying to come in, but that is not going to work. Well, it did work out for them. Yeah, the slow, and nobody wants to get slowed when they're running into a fight, and then again when they're running out of a fight, because that just sucks balls if that happens. And come on, save this Hell! Oh, Hell is dead, I think here. Sheesh. No, Hell actually still alive. Wow, I kind of assumed the Thor would ult her because she was pretty low, but yeah, with the heal, she has a double heal, of course, for herself. One for everyone, for herself and everyone around her, and one for her, only herself. And if she hits both of those, then she heals for a lot of health instantly. And with the short cooldowns that she has, yeah, it's pretty easy to underestimate that amount of heal. So yeah, she does have full cooldown reduction here. At least, no, not full. She has like 20%. I don't think that's full cooldown reduction. And are we going to make it out? Yeah, we are going to easily make it out. Nicely done with the invulnerability. That invulnerability needs to be used in exactly the same way as the ultimates from Kill, for example, on League of Legends. You need to prevent the largest burst that you can with it. Not just use it to stay alive when you're already dead. Or when you're almost dead. No, you need to prevent the largest burst, and that in this case was the ultimate from Ymir. And that's exactly what he did. He prevented that, and by negating that amount of damage, the enemy team could not damage him at all. Because then they would have had to, well, not damage his teammates. And that, of course, doesn't work. You need to not focus the tank. That's the way it is. And yeah, he is really, really tanky by now. He has that sovereignty now. Sovereignty gives magical and physical protections to everyone. So everyone gets 20 extra magical and physical protection, and you get 85 physical protection and 20 magical protection out of it, plus 450 health. So it's a great item. It's probably one of the best aura items in the game, and yeah, it's just a magnificent item even for the late game, because, well, the bracers, for example, they give you mana regen, health regen. They are great as well, but they're not really great in the late game. So we don't see them a whole lot, even though they are great items. Or, well, the bracers are just very, very good. They're a great item, I should say. And yeah, well, We don't see them a lot, as I said, because they're very useful in the early and mid game, but practically useless in the late game. And you definitely don't want that. And Sovereignty is really made for that late game, and yeah, that's exactly what it's going to be used for here. So Girdle of Might going down, but I don't think it did anything there. So we currently are just running around the jungle trying to ward up and trying to get this guy. This guy has, hang on, he is 0 and 5, so really lack of staying alive. And yeah, he's not going to die to this, by the way. He's going to die to 2 more champions coming in, and then maybe, but yeah, there you go. 4 guys coming in. Drop the wall already. Oh, no, hang on. Sorry, he was on the enemy team. Sorry. Obviously, he wasn't going to drop the wall. Yeah, he tried to wall everyone in and then jump out, but it didn't work out. Because he got killed before then. Hades actually going down here, and it said, oh no, it is this Phoenix. No, it said our middle Phoenix is under attack, but it might have said a middle Phoenix is under attack. But yeah, well, and here we go, the Ymir doing his thing, and actually, well, getting killed before it actually mattered. And the Guardian on us, but that is fine, it doesn't matter. Because the Guardian is going to go down before anything else will happen. And yeah, the Guardian is not strong enough to take out the whole team, and definitely not if it splits up. And it is going to, the team is going to split up. And they're going to all take a little bit of damage. And look at this, we are currently just still in the fight, even though we're very low, and actually get the kill on the Minotaur. The Minotaur is just not strong enough to withstand any kind of damage. And that is quite unfortunate, because the enemy team still had a chance to defend that. Not to win the game, to be honest, but to defend that, yes. Anyhow, as you can see, we have a victory on our hands. So currently we are 12k gold. Pretty nice amount of gold, by the way, compared to what we normally see. Normally someone like Kali, who has 12 kills, will have way more gold. But he did a very good job of picking up minions and buff camps and everything. So that's why he kept up. Also the Sobek, yeah, that's the only one that's lower. But he also did a pretty decent job of farming. The Hell, of course, one of the carries, Kalia carry and Ra carry. So they have the most gold. And to support tanky champions, they did very well. On this enemy team, yeah, we see the Ymir with 4 kills early on. Yeah, that was a big mistake. He went 4 and 0. Had a whole lot of gold going, but if that gold from those 4 kills would have gone to Thor, yeah, Thor would have been way more of a threat. Now he had 12k gold, which was the same amount as the support on the enemy team. That is just no good. And yeah, well, of course this is in the early game, that matters a whole lot. In the early game, if you get that gold as a carry, you can kind of accumulate more gold with that. So gold makes gold, basically. But if you have that in the late game, it doesn't matter anymore, because by then the things will have been established. So this team, so our team, got dominance over Gold Fury and Fire Giant because they were ahead. So even if you come back in the late game and get some gold in the late game, that control is already lost. So you already lost control over, like, let's say the first half of the game, and enemy team has already picked up the Fire Giant buffs, well, the buffs, the Fire Giant, the Gold Fury, those kind of things. So they already have that huge amount of gold going for them. And then even if you pick up kills afterwards, it's not going to give you the same amount of well, accumulation power. So you don't really spiral out of control with it anymore, because early game gold is way more important than late game gold. I think that's what went wrong in the lane that we watched. Thor just couldn't make it work. He couldn't get the kills going. And Ymir took 4 of the kills. And yeah, because he had to. Otherwise the kills would have been lost. But anyway, the Agni, of course, losing the lane. Odin, yeah, 1-6 now, but yeah, had a pretty terrible run. All in all, yeah, they just couldn't make it work. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you next time. GG. Oh, let me show you this. And now we're gone.